If you're not working 16 hours a day, if you're sleeping 8 hours, if you're taking weekends off, then you're lazy. That's what social media wants you to believe. Every day we're flooded with videos of CEOs waking up at 4 a.m., entrepreneurs working until midnight, and influencers telling us to grind now, enjoy later. It sounds inspiring until you realize something. More and more people are feeling exhausted, anxious, and emotionally drained, even though they're working harder than ever. So here's the question: what if hustle culture isn't making us successful? What if it's actually burning us out? Today, we're separating motivation from information. Let's talk about the truth behind hustle culture, why our brains aren't designed to work non-stop, and how you can still achieve your biggest dreams without sacrificing your health. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Sita, and on this channel, we talk about becoming the best version of ourselves. Not through unrealistic perfection, but through healthy habits, self-growth, and understanding how our minds and bodies really work. Today, we're discussing something that's become almost a badge of honor in modern society: being busy. Some people even compete over it. I only slept 4 hours. I haven't taken a day off in months. I work while everyone else is relaxing. We often admire these statements because they sound like dedication. But are they really? Or are we confusing exhaustion with ambition? Let's start with what hustle culture actually is. Hustle culture is the belief that your worth depends on how productive you are. It's the idea that you should always be working, always improving, always making money, always doing something. Rest becomes guilt. Relaxation feels like failure. And if you're not constantly busy, you start wondering if you're falling behind everyone else. Social media makes this even worse. We don't see people's exhaustion, we don't see panic attacks, we don't see broken relationships. We only see perfectly edited videos titled, "I made $100,000 before turning 22, my 18-hour workday, how I became a millionaire before everyone else." What we don't realize is that these videos are highlights, not reality. Comparing your everyday life to someone else's highlight reel is one of the fastest ways to feel inadequate. I actually understand this mindset. Ever since I was young, I believed that being a good person meant achieving good grades. I always wanted to make people proud. If I wasn't doing well academically, I felt like I wasn't enough. As I grew older, that pressure changed. Instead of chasing perfect grades, I started chasing success. I dreamed about becoming financially independent, building a YouTube channel, traveling the world, helping my family, living the life I always imagined. Those dreams are still important to me, very important. But at one point, I noticed something. I felt guilty whenever I wasn't working. If I took a nap, I felt guilty. If I rested for a day, I felt like I was wasting my future. Maybe you felt that too. That tiny voice saying, "Someone else is working right now, you are falling behind, you will never catch up." That voice can be incredibly convincing, but it's also incredibly dangerous. Here's what hustle culture gets right. Hard work matters, consistency matters, discipline matters. Success rarely happens by accident, but hustle culture takes a good idea and pushes it to an unhealthy extreme. It tells us that more is always better. More hours, more stress, more sacrifice. The problem is human beings aren't machines. Think about your phone. Even the most expensive phone in the world needs to be charged. If you keep using it without charging it, eventually the battery dies. Now imagine treating yourself worse than your phone. Skipping sleep, ignoring stress, never taking breaks, never exercising, living on caffeine, working through every meal, expecting yourself to perform at your highest level every single day. Eventually, your body starts sending warning signs. Headaches, brain fog, constant fatigue, mood swings, poor sleep, anxiety, loss of motivation. These aren't signs of laziness. They're often signs that your body has been under too much pressure for too long. Let's look at what's happening biologically. Whenever you're under pressure, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. In small amounts, these hormones are incredibly helpful. They keep you alert, focused, ready to solve problems. But problems begin when stress never ends. Let's think about it for a second. If success only depended on the number of hours you worked, then the person who worked the longest every day would always be the most successful. But that's clearly not how life works. Some people work 12 hours a day and accomplish very little. Others work 6 focused hours and achieve incredible results. The difference isn't just time, it's the quality of that time. It's about how well you work during the time you have. There's another hidden problem most people don't talk about: decision fatigue. Every single day, your brain makes thousands of decisions. What should I eat? Should I answer this email? Should I study now or later? Should I post this video today? Should I edit one more hour? Every decision uses a small amount of mental energy. As the energy runs out, your decisions often become worse. That's why after a long day, many people reach for junk food, scroll social media for hours, or procrastinate, even if they had good intentions earlier. It's not always a lack of discipline. Sometimes your brain is simply exhausted. That's why creating routines is so powerful. Many ambitious people tell themselves, I'll rest later when I reach my goal. I'll relax after I become successful. I'll take care of my health later. But here's the problem. Goals never stop. After your first promotion, you will want another. There's always another mountain. If you don't learn how to rest now, you probably won't magically learn after becoming successful. Rest isn't something you earn after destroying yourself. It's something that helps you keep going. When we look at elite athletes, we don't admire them because they train 24 hours a day. We admire them because they train intelligently. Olympic athletes don't spend every waking minute exercising. They also prioritize nutrition, recovery, stretching, physical therapy, quality sleep. Why? Because muscles don't become stronger during the workout. They become stronger during recovery. The same principle applies to your brain. Studying is important, working is important, building your business is important. But your brain also needs time to recover so it can perform at its best. Recovery isn't the opposite of productivity. It's part of productivity. At this point, you might be thinking, should I stop working hard? Absolutely not. Hard work is still one of the biggest predictors of success. Dream big, work hard, stay disciplined, but don't confuse working harder with working smarter. There's a huge difference. Healthy ambition says, I'm working hard because I care about my goals. Hustle culture says, my value as a person depends on how much I work. One mindset builds your future. The other slowly destroys your well-being. Your career is important, your dreams are important, but your health is what allows you to enjoy those dreams. Without it, success becomes much harder to sustain. If no one has told you recently, you don't have to earn your right to rest. You're allowed to take breaks, you're allowed to sleep, you're allowed to say no. Your worth isn't measured by how exhausted you are, it's measured by who you are. The goal isn't to be busy every minute of the day. The goal is to build a life that you're genuinely happy living. Because at the end of your life, people probably won't remember how many emails you answered or how many hours you stayed at your desk. They will remember your kindness, your character, the people you loved, the memories you created, and the impact you had on others. Don't sacrifice those things for a version of success that leaves you empty. Work hard, dream big, stay disciplined, but remember, the healthiest version of you is also the most powerful version of you. If this video made you see things differently, subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in the next one.